ourselves. I'm super grateful that you have joined. Encourage you throughout our time together to make sure you share this link with whomever you'd like to add value to. These are going to be quick hits. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are going to be somewhere around 8 to 10 minutes. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to have a kind of a quick hit strategy session with a professional, mortgage, real estate, even some authors. We're going to be talking about how to win in today's market. So I got up this morning, I was thinking, what do we do on this inaugural Coffee with Todd kind of edition? And I chose the word creativity. And the reason I chose it is because I think in the times that we're in right now, we all need to have two things going for us. We need to have creativity, and we need to back that creativity with boldness. The month of May, I think, is going to be one of the most sensational months that you've ever had. And I hope that that includes checking in every day at 9 o'clock with us. And I got this vision this morning that May is motivation month. So Motivation May is what we're going to do. We're just warming up at the tail end of April. So I want to talk, as I said, about creativity and real quickly, what is creativity? So creativity is the act of turning new and imaginative ideas into reality. So creativity for you and me, it's characterized by perception right now. How do we see the world in new ways? What are the pressures we find on our mortgage, lending, and real estate business right now? What are some of the hidden patterns that we can use to unlock the way in which we navigate the waters we're in? And then most importantly, how do we make connections today in the world in which we find ourselves, where social distancing and 6-foot rules and all of that have gone out the window? I was looking at some things this morning, and I came across a quote from Steve Jobs. He said, creativity is just connecting things. That's really what it is. Specifically, he was celebrating a diversity, a kind of an array of experience where individually it is an experience, but when the experiences are put together, which would be you, us right now, it'd be you and a client, maybe this afternoon, what ends up happening is you unleash the creative process. And he goes, without enough dots to connect, we stay too linear. And so one of the things I hope to do through these Coffee with Todd sessions each day is to help you connect the dots. So where does creativity come from? Well, it comes from pressure. Right now, we find that we're in the midst of a new way to do business, right? And there are pressures in that new way. Forgetting for a moment that we have all kinds of pressures beyond just business, we're doing things that we've not done ever, right? What are the character traits that lead us into a more positive, connected way to stay creative in the midst of all the challenges and to remain innovative in the midst of those challenges? I'm going to share 6 things in the next 7 or 8 minutes that you need to do, and you can start doing those as soon as we hang up. The idea for creativity came from Adweek this morning. They had an ad that was featured on April 13th, and the headline of the ad was, Apple lovingly captures the way creativity is flourishing in quarantine. And the actual name of the video, and you can watch it, just search it out, is Creativity Goes On. And it's really a perfect kind of cross-section of what our culture is right now. You know, the way that we work with buyers and sellers and borrowers, and the way that we work with each other. It is all a new and different experience. Behind it is the age-old truth of humanity and connection balanced with technology. Forward-facing, it is using technologies in ways that you've never, ever perhaps conceived. And so I think what is really impressive about kind of the idea is how do we use every moment of the day to just push a little bit of creativity, a little bit of how would we do this uniquely and differently. So I'm going to start by giving you a quick story, and then I'll share with you these 6 ideas, and then our first inaugural Coffee with Todd will be in the can. So 2 weeks ago, I received on this beautiful device, I received a video text from a restaurant in Laguna Beach where I live, and they were inviting me. This is a restaurant. They were inviting me to their new mobile restaurant experience. So it got my attention. So Deb and I jumped in our car and we drove down to the restaurant. It's about 5 minutes from our house. It's a 3-story restaurant. Of course, the restaurant is closed, but in the parking lot, they had 6 mobile restaurants. So 6 food trucks from different genres of flavor, Mexican, Italian, Greek, and you could literally drive into the parking lot, not get out of your car. They would come up with an iPad. They would take your order from any of the 6 restaurants. And then within about 10 minutes, the order would be delivered to your car. You would obviously pay your bill, and you'd be off to the races. And that was incredible. 10 minutes after being in that parking lot, we were back at our house having 3 different flavors from all around the world. And it was just one company, one restaurant deciding to be creative. We have a new 16-week course that I've designed called Connect. And one of the things that's in that course is this idea called trust works, right? Most of you who know me know that I am passionate about the word trust. And what I think is happening well, I don't think it, I know it. We are in a new order of what's called virtual trust. And the question that everybody has to ask is, how do we create virtual trust in a world where physically we're disconnected, but emotionally and also intuitively and all with our brain space, we have to legitimately be connected. So when we talk about virtual trust, we're talking about how do we transfer trust even though we can't be sitting across from each other. So here's 6 things that I want you to start doing today. All right. Number 1 is I want you to turn every phone call into a video call. Stop making phone calls, turn every phone call into a video call. What do I mean by that? FaceTime, just simply connecting this way. You take this device and we're going to connect with a video call. Now, if nobody picks up on a video call, and why the video call? Because it enhances connection. It enhances the ability for us to connect. But if somebody doesn't pick up on a video call, then I'm going to divert immediately to a video message. No voicemail messaging anymore, only video messaging. And for the same reason, video messaging creates that connection. So what I'm doing is when I make calls to business professionals and when I even call key people on my team, I'm doing it with a video end result, a live video end result. So today and every day for the month of May, focus on using video live. And if you can't get somebody video live, then take a minute, record a video message, send the video message to that client, and that changes everything in our connected world. Second thing I want you to do is, if you haven't already done this, I want you to download the Zoom app on your phone, because you can literally now virtually conference from any device. You don't have to be stationary. You can be in your car. You can be out for a walk. You can be anywhere you want. But if you have the Zoom mobile app on your phone, you're able to literally from wherever you are connect in a virtual way, which obviously when you're working with buyers and sellers and helping people finance real estate and working with your real estate agents or agents working with your lender, or all of us working with people that, have listings to list and purchases to make, having video on demand conference calling, super, super simple. And you can add obviously as many people to that Zoom call as you want. Here's a third thing I want you to do. I want you to practice the discipline of taking handwritten cards to custom designed videos. By custom designed videos, I'm not talking about a lot of studio stuff, a lot of labor. I'm saying sit down somewhere in your home, sit down even in your car, sit down if you have a nice space. And I'm doing right now 5-a-days. And 5-a-days are, I am sending 5 video thank yous a day intentionally to 5 guys or gals that I love in the business that I want to add value to and let them know I'm thinking of them. So that's the third thing you can do, 5-a-days on your phone for enlarging the thank you, right? And the videos, again, for the reason already portrayed, they communicate a different level of heart-to-heart kind of connection that we all really desperately need right now. The fourth thing I would do is I would really become more thoughtful about your social postings, right? So we all have social. We're on Facebook, Instagram. Some of us are obviously using more than one platform. We're doing all those plus LinkedIn and a couple of others. But I want you to have real, thoughtful connection postings, right? So the magic formula for social postings is video first and 2 minutes or less second. And so what I did for the last 25 days is I did what were called mindset moments. And I looked for anything during the day that would literally allow me to talk for 2 minutes about something that was super, super mindful. And in that process of doing these mindset moments, we had more views on these videos than almost any other type of social promotion or connection that we've had in the last several months. And so whatever you're doing in terms of connecting with your clients on social, thoughtful, humor is good. Okay, real life experience is good, and talk that way to your social groups so that you can really connect at a deeper level. Two things specific right now about business development. Here's what I want to say. The future is coming. Okay, you know that at some point from today, we're going to be in a new world order, a new marketplace. Part of it is going to be the past returning to the present. How do we connect and do deals? And the other is going to be, what are the ways in which we do this so that our competition, when they figure out 4 months from now that they should have done something back in May, you've already done it. Two things. I have a group called Elite. There are 24 guys and gals that are at the highest level of coaching that we do. And one of the things that they shared last week was, you should be doing right now business reviews. If you're a lender, with your agents, if you're an agent, with your lender, if you're an agent, you should be doing real estate reviews with sellers and buyers. You should be figuring out right now, how can we connect in relationship so that when the market changes, we don't have to worry about being connected. Right now, what I know is that if you're doing business reviews on a monthly basis with your agents, if you're a lender, and vice versa, you guys can spin up strategy right now that when you implement over the next 90 days or so, then when the market does shift and we get back to whatever normalcy we might get back to, the business connection is built. I mean, you don't have to reemerge 2 months or 3 months from now. And so I highlighted down here, one of our guys, a guy named Manny, one of the top loan officers in America. He said, just last week, I had a Zoom meeting for realtors, had 67 realtors on the call. Topic was, a crisis is a terrible thing to waste. So if you're doing business reviews with your clients, doing weekly follow-ups, if you're figuring out with your agents, if you're a lender, what are the 3 or 4 things they need to do over the next couple of months that you can come alongside them and help with, and vice versa, then you're going to have that relationship built. And what I know about tomorrow's guest interview is this guy is cranking right now. 65 to 70% of all monthly volume as a lender is still purchase volume. Very intentional about helping buyers and sellers buy and sell and finance property. So weekly business reviews, and then broadcasts, like your whole database, like a broadcast to every borrower you've ever done a loan for. Put that together. Load up all of your clients in slide dial broadcast and send audio messages and video messages to your whole database. Next week, I'm going to be speaking to 2,000 CEOs in Canada, and it's super, super cool, right? I'm going to be right here, and they're going to be in 2,000 different locations, and we're going to serve up some really valuable nuggets in a 45-minute webcast. So those are the 6 things I want you to do starting today, all right? In review, video live calls, Zoom mobile app for virtual anywhere you are, video thank yous 5 a day, social postings, change them to thoughtful and real and start telling stories, business reviews with your clients, and broadcasts, core constituents, whole referral base, whole database. Those 6 things would be enough for any of us to begin to get excited about in the new virtual world. So a couple closing thoughts. Continuing with the Apple theme and Steve Jobs of creativity, Tim Cook, who is the acting CEO of Apple, said this: creativity is the light that shows us what's possible, the fuel that drives progress, and the beauty that makes us human. Okay? So tomorrow, join us, same time, same channel. I'm going to be interviewing a top 1% originator. His name is Brad Hacker. He's from Kentucky. And we're going to talk about the 2 most powerful things that he has done to help his clients win today. His volume month on month from last year to now has doubled, and he's doing it intentionally. And then the final thing I'll say is, please post any question you want to ask me on any of my social sites. My guys are trolling our social sites all day long, and it's Todd Duncan Official. And wherever you want to go, if you want us to answer a question online in these daily sessions, then go ahead and post that question as soon as you want, and we're going to pick 1 or 2 to answer every time we get together. So we are at 15 minutes, and super excited that you guys joined today. Again, and if you're a lender, invite your realtors. If you're a realtor, invite your lender. If you're a leader, invite your whole team. We're going to get after it for the next 30 days. And May is going to be a sensational month of motivation, clarity, and purpose. All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks for joining.